Hey guys, welcome back. For those of you that are new here, my name is Kovi and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be root dividing and splitting up this Anthurium Magnificum. Now, I did get this plant for my store a while back and I had it in rehab for quite a long time. And for those of you that don't know, I did recently launch my own online plant store, and I'll do a more specific video about that in the future. But for now, we're just going to focus on this Anthurium Magnificum. So when I got this from the growers, generally the plants that I get from the growers are grown outside and they're exposed to the harsh climates, the pests, and all that comes with it. So if you take a look here, you'll see like all the older leaves were quite damaged. If you look right here, it's all got like holes and stuff that's eaten up. Now, what I've noticed with plants that are grown outside, when they're exposed to elements, yes, they do get like brown tips and edges like this here. And also slugs tend to love these plants, and the holes in the leaves are caused by the slugs eating or munching on them. But a few months in rehab in my home, in my plant studio, I've got this new leaf right here, I've got this new leaf right here, and I've got this new leaf right here. Now this is quite a bushy plant, and the reason for this plant being quite bushy is because if you look, I'm not sure if you can see, but if you look right here, if I move this leaf out here, yeah, there is two separate plants in this pot. Now they are joined up, so in today's video I just want to take it out of the pot, separate it, and then pot it up in its own pots, and then it'll be ready for sale on my site. So I've got a container that's here that I'm gonna just put the sand in here, or the soil in here, and I've got like a sharp kind of, well, not a sharp knife, a butter knife, but it's an old butter knife that's kind of flat. And what I want to do is, what I noticed with a lot of the plants potted in terracotta is that sometimes the roots tend to attach on the pot, and it becomes very difficult to actually pull the plant out of the pot. With plastic pots, you can just squeeze the sides and then the plant releases with the roots and soil intact. So this, I'm just loosening up the soil on the sides of the pot. So I'm just sticking it, as you can see here, I'm just putting it on the rim and just sliding the knife down in the angle of the pot. So we are going to do this here. And you can feel as you're going along that this that the plant or the soil is stuck to the sides of the pots. And then once I go right around and notice that it's a bit loose, then we can turn it over and pull it out. Now, I'm not going to be using the terracotta, because terracotta I mainly use it for rehabbing some of my plants. I find terracotta really cool for rehabbing plants, especially aeroids, because it doesn't keep the soil soggy. It just wicks out the moisture and allows the plant to just absorb as much water as it can, and then the rest of the water gets wicked out. It also helps with raising the humidity in my plant studio. So I'm just gonna put this up here. As you can see, it's got a good root system to it, and there is two plants there. And what I did forget to get is a sharp blade. So I'm gonna see right here if I can separate this without using a blade, and I think I can. There's some roots here. Let me just put it closer to you. So there seems to be like a main kind of stem that it's coming out of. Right, okay. This is a main stem that it's coming out of. So I think I'll have to kind of wiggle it out and see if I can get enough roots on this. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in this. Okay, so there seems to be two main stems in here. Yeah, if you look right there, you can see there's one right here and there's one right there. So I don't think that the plant itself is attached to the one root. It's growing out of the top. So I am just going to get myself a blade and then try and cut it open from there. So give me 1 minute. Okay, so I got myself one of these handy blades, and I've got myself some, well, it's in a hairspray bottle, but anyway, this is methylated spirits that I'm using just to sterilize the blade so I don't pass any pathogens, and it's sterilized. So just gonna spray that on there, and then I can give this a cut. Now I'm seeing that it is attached right here. If you look, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it is attached right there. So I'm going to give it a cut somewhere around there, just so that I have enough root system for this plant to sustain itself. There we go. So we have two separate plants. Now this has a really cool root system and can go on sale on my site. This, however, as you can see, it doesn't have a ton of roots, but it has enough to start growing and pushing out new growth. So I'm going to pot this up in a small pot, I think. Yeah, we're going to use just I think this is a 10 centimeter pot for this. And in that one, we'll put it in a 12 centimeter. So I'm just going to reuse the soil that they came in. So I just want to put just a little soil so that the plant itself rests just below the rim of the pot. And then I'm just going to fill it up. Now I do use my own aeroid potting soil mix recipe, and I find most of my aeroids, after changing up my recipe and making it specific for aeroids, my plants have been doing absolutely amazing. I'll show you examples of that shortly, but I just want to get this plant. I think it's going to need a small stake just to keep it stable. But anyways, there's one plant that I got right here. This plant right here, you don't really have to take out these bottom leaves, but I'm going to take it out because they're quite small. Generally, I leave the leaves in, I leave the leaves on the plant because it still photosynthesizes. It still helps the plant with energy and nutrition and whatnot. But this is kind of tiny and it's really damaged. So I'm going to get rid of these two leaves. So I'm just going to pull it down and tilt it to the side, and it should just break off like that. So those leaves are gone, and you got quite a nice looking Anthurium Magnificum. So I'm gonna take a 12 centimeter pot and reuse the soil that it came in. I think that's too little soil that it's in there with. So I've got another container with more soil that I'm going to be using. It's the same exact potting soil mix recipe. As you can see, there's perlite, peat, orchid bark, and all that kind of good stuff. And what I also like to use is some Osmocot Pro Release. That's a controlled release fertilizer. Now I will do a video on the differences between controlled release and slow release, because I know there's a lot of confusion on the market. A lot of the controlled release fertilizers are being advertised as slow release, and there's quite a big difference with those type of fertilizers, but that's a video for another day. But just gonna tap it around here, press it in just gently, just to keep the roots in place. Pull a little bit more soil on the top. And there we have it. This is good to go. This will just get a good watering, and then I'll just leave it in a bright indirect light spot, and it should be good to go from there. So I think that's about it for this video. I just wanted to show you guys how I root divide or separate some of my anthuriums. And I thought this would be a great example to show you guys, since it was so visible. Now you can root divide and cut up other anthuriums like this Clarinervium right here. This is another example of a plant that I put in my aeroid potting soil mix recipe. And the first leaf that it had was this tiny leaf right here. And I think I got this plant maybe about 2 months back. And it sent out, this was the first new leaf that was already unfurling. It got a bit damaged in transit. But then it proceeded to send me out this amazing leaf. And then this amazing leaf right here. I mean, this is really, really, really beautiful. I'll do another care guide video on the Philodendron sodoroi right here. But yeah, I think that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this informative. And let me know in the comments down below what type of videos you'd like to see me do in the future, and I'll get straight to it. Until next time, cheers guys.